Hey guys, my name's Alberto. Welcome to my Romance Galore 4848 channel. And welcome to Romance Single Life Journey, something like that. I'll never memorize the name. It's too long. Excuse me. Subscribe, like, and share, and comment if you like my videos. I'm serious, guys. If you can help me out with subscribing and giving me likes, I'd really appreciate it. It'd really help the channel out. Then the show out. Before I get started, I want to mention I do have depression. I think I don't know what it is. Every 3 or 4 months, I go through depression. That may last like 1 or 2 weeks. So I'm depressed right now. I'm surprised I'm on here because I don't feel like doing anything. A lot of times you push to do things you want to do and you can't do them because you're depressed. I don't I don't get on medication. I used to be on medication, but I didn't like that because that medication you will not be yourself. Um, I know I'm not a threat to others. I'm not a violent person, even with my depression, even if I get angry sometimes. But yeah, I'm not a threat. I'm not a threat to anybody. The worst I'll do is kick a table. And the really cool thing is when I really get mad, I walk away. I am a Christian. Hope some of you all don't mind, but one thing I was afraid to say, but I have to be honest here because I might lose viewers. I am a Christian, and I do believe God controls us. Y'all are gonna agree to disagree. If you disagree, go ahead and comment. Especially if you don't believe in God. If you're like an atheist or you have other religions, more likely you're not gonna believe what I believe. But we all are entitled to our opinion, right? This is the United States of America. Even though we have all this craziness, we're all in. The good thing is we have the freedom to express our opinions, or at least on paper. Because even here in the United States, it is getting violent. We all should be able to express our views without somebody threatening to do harm to another. All right, maybe we should just get started. The other thing I want to say is I'm trying to make my videos shorter, but every time I try to start doing a video shorter, I ended up talking too much and then going like 30 minutes. This should take no more than 10 minutes, but I guess I'm a blabbermouth. All right, let's get started. I'm gonna start off on a recap, and I don't know if I updated you. Sometimes I'm not gonna know what I said in that last video, somewhat, but I don't think I did tell you guys. I am dating. I'm not committed to anybody right now. I ain't gonna lie. I have made out with a girl, whatever, even though she's not my girlfriend. That's what guys like. I ain't gonna lie. Hey man, I'm giving you straight dope. This is also to educate you guys, and especially you females, so you females, because you can see how the other half behaves and what we think, so you can learn something. I try to learn from females all the time. See how you operate, because I don't get you guys either, to be honest. So let's just leave it like that. You don't understand me. You don't understand the guys. The guys don't understand you. That's why there's a lot of communication breakdown. So I'm sorry. Let's go back. Recap. I am dating like two females from Mexico. They're border towns. They're not deep in Mexico. They're right near the border. I assume they have visas. One has a visa for sure. I don't know about the other one. I don't know, the other one's going to hop the border or whatever. I get confused. My Spanish is not all that great. So I don't know if she lives in the States or she lives in Mexico. I think she lives in Mexico, but I don't know. She has to have a visa to come over here. I don't see her hopping the border. And I do have a date with each one of them. One on Sunday and one on Monday. Remember, I'm dating. I'm not committed to anybody. And right now, I think they're cool with it, so it's all good. So I get to date whoever I want. So remember, I have a date this coming Sunday and Monday, which one of them on Sunday and then the other one on Monday. Now the other one is very interesting because she already canceled 2 times way back some months, and then I had to block her because she broke my I only give 2 chances policy. And we get all sound. I made it all sound business like. So we're gonna she cancels. I will probably keep talking to her, but very limited. I'm not gonna bother with somebody like if she cancels again. It is like her last chance. I'm gonna give her. Maybe because we start over, I might give her another chance after that, and after that, for sure, done. I'll just talk to her. I already blocked her. She already knows what it's like. And the other one, I depend on her that she will show up. She may cancel too. You never know. Okay, so that happened. So now I gotta get to this other person I met, the newest one I met on Facebook. Y'all ready? Get your popcorn, get all that. This new one, it was just recently. She's a single mother of 2. She lives maybe 20 miles away from me. I mean, she's closer than the 2 Mexican chicks I'm dating. So she tells me she's a single mom, I think of 2 kids. I'm not even sure, but I think it's 2 kids. We're talking, or I'm sorry, we're messaging. We're messaging on Facebook. The first day wasn't that much messages. But I think it was on the second day, she started seeing I was a nice guy. And she opened up more. And well, she told me, I go, do you have any help with your kids or anything like that? And she made it seem by the word she tells me what I get from it. And I know what I read. And she says, she said she has no help with her kids. And I'm a common sense little guy. People with common sense, we take everything you say, we're going to examine it and we're going to hold you to your word. That's how common sense people work. So she's like, no, I don't have any help with kids, whatever. Mind you, my family is not, we're very old fashioned. We're not too keen about hooking up with females with kids. But I'm trying to get away from that, and I try to give everybody a chance. I've dated females with kids before. I have experience in that. And they're usually busy, and they usually don't have time for you. It does happen where a female with a child or kids will make time for you, but it's kind of rare. This is just from my experience. I ain't putting single moms down. I'm just telling you the straight dope what I've been through. So she says she has no help, and I'm like, well, kind of like maybe one day. I'll just throw it out there. I was gonna say I was gonna think she didn't have no time, but I'm like, maybe one day we can hang out or something. But how would we do it? I figured since this girl, I'm gonna call her girl because I think she's younger than me. She's like in her late 30s or early 40s. So I was like, if I take people with common sense, we take it literally. What you say, right? I have common sense. And she says, I go, you have anybody to help? She goes, I have nobody to help me. And then one time I said, well, I'll just to lighten things up. I said, maybe I can go buy you a pizza for you and your kids, and I'll just leave. I'm trying to be respectful, because, a lot of women they're afraid of having men around their kids and afraid of a man being a pedophile, whatever. And I'm a law-abiding citizen. I don't hurt nobody. I don't hurt no women. I don't hurt no kids. Even my family I don't like my family. I don't like the way they treat me. Even me, when I get mad with them, I'm like, I want to show as much respect for one. I'll get thrown in jail if I get out of hand. But like I say, I'm not a violent person. But I don't trust my family either. They're the type that would stab me in the back, which they had before. Anyways, back to her. She's like, I have no one to help me. And I go, yeah, maybe I'll drop off a pizza one day or something. And she's like, and I was just seeing what she would say. Either she'd be like, no, I'm overprotected, whatever. But she goes, yeah, maybe one day we can. And I said, maybe you and your kids, we can go to the park or something. Not to sound like a bad guy, I'm being considerate to show her, in my view, to show her I don't mind your kids. You could bring them along. Since you say you have no one to help you with your kids, so if I take her literally, you have no babysitter because you say you have no one to help you, right? And everything was positive. She's like, yeah, well, we can work something out. We can work something out with that. That's what I got from the messages. I flirted with her a little bit, and to tell you the truth, where I am right now, I'm already dating two girls. Is this one? Oh yeah, and this girl's attractive. She has what a guy likes right here. She has boobs, attractive. She looks kind of skinny. She has nice legs from the pictures I saw from her Facebook. She's attractive. Being pretty, I would either give her a B minus or a C plus. From I'm talking just from the face, but the body, she's the body. I don't want to say excellent, but it's pretty good. Pretty good is to, she's not too perfect. Well, I think she has a really good body. It's just that she's kind of short, which is, I have my height thing that I like about women. I like taller women, but I'm not like those. I'm not like women that are like, oh, you have to be tall, dark, and handsome. You know, from their perspective with a man, I do like tall women, and I mean there's some women that's all they want for. They all want is that they have to be tall, but tall. I'm not like that. I give a lot of people a chance, even if they're shorter than my preference. She was a little bit shorter than for my preference. I gave her a chance because you can fall in love with anybody. It's the soul and the mind that counts. Wow, do I sound like a genius? Just kidding. So I gave her a chance, even though she didn't meet my height requirements. You can fall in love with anybody, even if they're not physically whatever, blah blah. So I had mentioned we could go to the park or something with her kids, whatever, blah blah blah. And she didn't say anything. She said she was cool with it. Yeah, we could do something like that. The pizza, spend time with the kids, whatever. Again, let me emphasize one time. I said with the kids just to show her that I don't mind her kids. You know what I mean? Like I say, I'm not a bad man. I'm not after her kids. Because she's the one that said that she made it seem like she cannot go anywhere with the kids. She has no babysitter. So I'm like, well, they have no babysitter. They're going to have to come with us if we're going to hang out at the park or get a pizza or something. Oh, yeah, let me get to the other point. Honestly, at this point in time, I was like, I'm not trying to get intimate with her and kiss her and make out with her, whatever, once her kids go to bed or something like that. I just want some companionship. I wouldn't mind if she allowed it to spend time with her kids with her there. I ain't gonna spend time with her kids if she's not there. Excuse me. It's like I'm gonna show her as much respect with anybody. I show them somebody a amount of respect where they're like, hey, this guy respects me and he's considerate of me and he's worried that I'll worry about this and that, right? So now I will say if she let me into her house and we were by ourselves or kids wouldn't sleep, something like that, I wouldn't. If she wanted to, only if she wanted to, I would make out with her, kiss her, and all that stuff. And if she wanted more, and she was cool with it, we could get more, just me and her. Once her, say she says she had no one, maybe somebody stops by, picks up the kids, and have her to the house, go upstairs and wink, wink. I mean, I wouldn't mind. But I'm not gonna push it. I'm not gonna push it. For one, I'm at a point in my life. I don't like being rejected. If I want to avoid getting rejected, I'm not gonna go for the opportunity to make out with somebody because I'm sensitive. Yeah, poor Alberto, you're sensitive. Yeah, but I was gonna respect. If she wanted to make out or go upstairs and do wink wink, if she was cool with it, I would go with it. But I'm not gonna push her to do it. I don't push anybody to do anything they don't want to. They can always tell me no, right? I'm going too far with something, especially being intimate. Just tell me no. I'll stop. I'll leave. Whatever you want. I go where the wind takes me. So let's clear that away. I don't mind kissing her, whatever like that. As long as she's the person she says that she's in the picture, because some people they say catfish or it turns out to be someone they're not. They say they are, right? So that ended. That was a good day of talking. I already tell you where I stand on stuff. Now, the next day was a completely different tune. I started talking about the same thing we talked about before that she seemed that she was okay with. She didn't say she didn't like anything we talked about the day before. But I mentioned, hey, yeah, I talked to her the next day. I'm like, if you and your kids and me want to do, remember, she has no baby. She said she has no one to help her. That's what I'm saying, doing things with her and her kids, because I assume she has no one to take care of her. She's gonna bring her kids with her. So I'm like, maybe you and her kids want to do something or do something. I look forward to it one day because I'm trying to get into know her. She's like, no, I don't trust anybody with my kids. And I was like, what? Why didn't you tell me that the day before? And I try to explain to her, I should have just let it go maybe. But I started getting on her nerves and I knew it because women are so touchy. If you don't think you're touchy and you're getting offended by this, I'm just saying for my thing, let me know in the comments. But what I get from Facebook, well, women are touchy. You can already see in their profile, they're touchy, they're sensitive. But she's messaging me back that now it's a different tune. Now she's saying that she doesn't let anybody around her kids, that she don't trust them and all that. I could have just said, why'd you tell me that yesterday? But that's already hitting a sensitive bridge. I try to be as nice and say my side of the story and say, you know what? You said you had no one to take care of your kids. That's the only reason I said I can. I was trying to be nice. I can hang out with you and your kids. And then she goes, well, me and you could do something by ourselves. And I was being smart too. I know the kids are probably at school, but it's like, but I was still saying, I was like, how can you and I do something if you say you don't have time because you have kids? Well, they go to school. I'm like, all this stuff you could have told me yesterday. She changed her tune. And now today she's complaining that she has no one to pay her bills. But with that long speech and me explaining, my side of the story, like, hey, I didn't mean to push upon you about me hanging out with your kids like I'm a bad man. I'm not a bad man. For one thing. Two, I'm being considerate, showing I would spend time with you and your kids, and I don't mind your kids because some men, they mind you having kids, But I just want to clarify that I have no problem with you having your kids and spending time with I have to because they have no babysitter. And then now she tells me, well, I do have a babysitter. Like, wait a minute. I didn't tell her, but I was in my mind like, the night before you said you had no one. Now you're saying you have a babysitter. The story is unraveling. The truth is coming out. She says she has bills to pay. So these are red flags. I ain't gonna lie, the night before I had told her I might help you with a little bit. I have very little, but I could probably provide a pizza, or maybe if I had a little bit of spare, I can help you a little bit. It's gonna be very little bit, like 10, 20 bucks is just lucky. I want to help people. And I didn't care, like, if somebody say, Alberto, you're making a fool, give you money to this chick, whatever. I want to help. But at the same time, I'll be nice. I do not want to make it her to think that I'm taking advantage of her. But it seems like it's the other way around. She's taking advantage of me. I don't want to talk about females. I'm pretty sure guys do this too. But with females or anybody, a guy too, if they start mentioning that they need to have their bills paid, that's like a secret message usually that they want you to help them out and pay their bills, and they're probably using you. That's those situations, 98 to 95% of the time you're using you. They want to extort money from you. I was such in a good mood when her and I talked that night, and I would have been like, hey, if she finds other guys to give her money, which is sounds bad, that's good. She needs help. It's her and her kids. I try to give her the benefit of the doubt. So she's stressing out. I'm sorry to say it, females, but a lot of females they're very sensitive. You make one false move, and I made a bad move, but I really didn't care that much because I'm dating two other girls. But like I say, I'm nobody's boyfriend yet, so I can do whatever I want, right? As long as I fall in my lines of respecting a woman, I'm okay. So yeah, she totally changed her tune. And then she said that I was saying a lot of stupid things. I think the stupidest thing I said was I only made one crack, and I said, "Well, if you know, since you, oh yeah," because she said I don't want anybody around my kids or something like that. It takes me a while, whatever, blah blah blah. And and I said you and I can hang out. And I go, the worst thing, stupid thing I said was if I have a pizza box, I'll shove it down under the door, which most doors are not gonna. Pizza boxes are too thick; they're not gonna slide under the door. But at the first time when we're talking good, I told her that I'll just drop the pizza off and leave. And that's even before she mentioned that she didn't want that she was overprotective of her kids. So after that, I was like, she's saying that I'm saying just stupid stuff. She's going all crazy that she don't have anybody to pay her bills. So I'm like, hey man, just calm down. I'm a Christian. I told her the day before I was a Christian. I go, pray hard, pray that God helps you. Now, I'm not putting my Christianity over you guys. I'm just saying the story. She didn't want to hear none of it. She was still saying crazy talk, all that stuff. And I'm like, you know what? This girl is using me. And I hate to say it, there's a lot of single moms that do the same thing. I've been through this before. Usually, people that pretend to be your friend, but they're usually solicitators. They just want your money. There's dating apps that are crawling with them, and I do see that evidence that dating apps are trying to get rid of them, but there's too many of them. A lot of times, it's men pretending to be women. So it just got worse. I was trying to calm her down. Hey, just calm down. Everything's gonna be okay. No, you're crazy. Talk blah blah blah. And then I'm like, she stopped chatting with me, and I told her, no, I honestly want to help you, and I was left chatting by myself. I'm like, I didn't say give me another chance. I wasn't that desperate. But I was like, hey, are you like getting rid of me as a friend or what? Because she stopped chatting. So, so I tell her, I'm like, I'm gonna entrap her. I shouldn't be doing this because as a Christian, I should ask myself, what would Jesus do? What would Jesus do? He would leave this, if he was in my situation, he would leave the situation and be like, this person's not worth it. Just move on. It's not worth it, right? They're my Christianity. Again, I'm not putting my Christianity over you guys. But I said, nope, I'm not doing the Christian thing, which is the right thing. I'm going to entrap her. I guess this is a bad part about me, is that if you're trying to make me look dumb, I'm going to try to make you look dumb. And have the last laugh. So what I already had the plans and trapper. I was gonna give it a couple of hours, whatever. And 4 hours passed, and I came up with a game plan. No, right after that, it was like it just took me like 20 minutes, maybe somewhere around there. And I said, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tell her I have the money to help her pay her bills, and see what she says. And I'm gonna lie and say, hey, this guy owed me money like $1,000. I was gonna help you to help you pay your bills, give you some of it, but you're not answering me. Yeah, cause she ended up not answering me for like 4 hours, something like that. And I fell asleep. I woke up, and I'm like, I hope she's not dumb enough to fall for this. Yeah, she was. She ended up texting me real late at night. Hours have passed. I left her with that trap saying I had money and somebody owed me money. and I could give her some to pay bills. And she took the bait and said, "No, I was really tired from the. I was dizzy and was getting headaches and all this stuff and blah blah blah. But good night." Now I'm gonna be honest. She didn't ask for the money for me to meet her and give her money or anything that night, or which it was already late. I don't think she was gonna do that. But the next day, she probably thought that. It's just what I think. And then late at night, I left her a message saying the whole thing about me leaving you money and somebody owed me money. That money was all a lie. I was seeing what you're gonna say. I'm blocking you because you're just using me for money. Good luck to you, something like that. I ain't gonna lie, I wanted her to make her feel bad because she hurt my feelings. I already caught her in lies. For one, when she was talking good to me, she said she had no one to help her. The second day, she says that she has a babysitter. And what do you want to say? That maybe she forgot things? I don't think so. Now that I will admit, there's a chance I made a mistake. Maybe she really did have a headache. But for me, I'm not a patient guy, and I already, in my judgment, I know we're not supposed to judge everybody, but that's a bunch of BS. We all judge everybody. That's how we get rid of people. That's why you get rid of your boyfriends or you get rid of potential daters because you don't seem something's right. To me, and what I do, sometimes I feel females defend yourselves, but sometimes I feel females don't give you enough chance. You make one mistake and they throw you to the dogs quick. I gave her a chance. I gave her hours to prove herself. She could have always just told me, no, I don't change her mind at least and say, no, I don't need your money, whatever. That would have been good with me, but I still want to be friends with you. That's what I would want her hear. But I wanted to see she take the bait, and she did. Because I really don't think that she was going to answer me back if I didn't mention the lie about me having money. In conclusion, for me, the point is, I think she just wanted me for money, to give her money for her and her kids, which is using me. And those are the ones that are kind of like, what they'll probably do is be like, oh, if they even meet you, which they probably will for money, that's what they're after, is they'll meet you and be like, give me the money, bye, and they won't even hang out with you. That's worst case scenario for me, or even worse. But I'm not dumb. I'd meet her in public too, because I don't trust her either. I don't know her. So the point of that story is, yeah, she was using me for money. There's a lot of women like that. I'm pretty sure there's guys like that too, to be fair. It's just that I can only speak on my part since I'm a guy and I'm straight and I only talk to women. So there you go. And see, my video ended up long. Again, it's like 30 minutes. You guys, if you're dating out there, especially on dating apps, be careful. If you're married and have a boyfriend, good luck in your relationships. But dating is, I think, in a way, it's more dangerous because we're meeting more people. You know, you have to admit, ladies and gentlemen, we're dating. We date one, we move on to the next one, and we have to be careful because there's crazy people out there. Let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. I need subscribers. I need likes. If you guys help me, I appreciate it. So I'm gonna leave you with this before I go. The world will never be a perfect place, but we can all make it better. Till next time, my name's Alberto. This is saying adios, bye from Romance Galore 4848, and from a romantic single guy's journey, whatever this title's called. And I'll see you in the next one. I love you guys. Take care. Be safe, especially if you're dating or you're married, or have a boyfriend. I wish you all the best. Love you guys. Bye bye.